What's up, everybody? Yo, what's up, Yust? Yust Man Plays. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. It's a lovely dream. Just finished cleaning up your room. Yo, what's up, Sam? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hey, sounds good, Sam. Yo, what's up, Luca? Let's go, Luca. I try to be live investment in defense stocks. Tell me more, Rushil. But yeah, Luca, I'm generally live Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Life is good, my brother. Life is good. How are you, sir? Hey, random kid. Thank you for the follow or the sub. How much should I invest in North Groupman? Well, how does it help you achieve your goals with investing? All right. If you're trying to invest in a single company, you are taking additional risk. It increases your potential earnings, but it increases or lowers your potential floor, however you want to look at it. So it's hard to give a specific answer on how much. What does the rest of your portfolio look like? Palantir, Lockheed Martin. What would make you want to buy these companies individuals? Hey, thanks, Luca. Appreciate the shorts, the short views. YouTube is very high competition at the moment, and people watch mostly for entertainment to engage, so it's a rough game. It definitely is. It definitely is, Luca. That's why we're potentially going to give up. We're going to do one more thing. So, any of the shorts you see, I actually walk around wherever we go with this sign right here. And then people come up and they ask questions. So we're going to try something different. What you actually see around me right now, we're going to try and ask people specifically what is their most pressing financial concern and turn that into conversations. And then we'll see how that goes, you know? Yeah, we'll probably do that and then we'll stop, right? Because it costs money every time we go out and shoot a video. So I may just try and stream for a while and see how that goes. Yeah, a bunch of people do informational topic videos. That's my only concern. I'm not trying to do what everyone else does. I don't want to be one of a sea of random. Like, one of the differences between me and any other of these financial people is you could talk to me directly. Maybe that is like everything to know about finances if you're young and starting out. I'm considering doing the 5 steps to financial success. That's like my thing. So I'll probably do a video on that. Like if you don't know how credit cards work, etc. Yeah, I dig that. I dig that. Once you get a bit more watching, then lives would be better questions too. Agreed. I agree. Hey, it's all good, Luca. Yeah, the call in creates a specific problem because I'm live. Like people could say whatever they want, and then I get banned. You know what I mean? Even just hanging out, not asking a question, people will drop by because other people are watching. Also, these YouTube streams are so weird because it like nobody comes in for the first hour, and then in the second hour I'll get 300 people. It's strange. Yeah, but once they say it, I'm cooked. Yeah, it is a strange, a really strange. It is a weird space. And then TikTok changed their algorithm literally this week. So yeah, I'd have to see. I don't. Are there many live YouTube, like live YouTube calls? See, it would be different, like with people in the Patreon. Uh, if and when we build the Patreon up, uh, well, paid tier members of Patreon have but the Patreon paid tier have a team dis or a Discord. I used to watch Kevin Samuels. He had live guests, but nothing ever happened. I don't know how people do it. I think Kevin Samuels used to uh, like check his people first before he'd bring them on. Could be wrong. Maybe he did just take calls. That could also be before everybody was looking to ban everybody for everything. But anyway, the paid tier of Patreon has a private Discord, so that would be one way. Yeah, because I've taken people live on TikTok. But literally, just you being in here talking about anything, not even talking, just hanging out, helps. The French girl from before left YouTube live streams only to do Twitch live streams. Interesting. You mean like in the last couple of days? Because weren't you saying that on Wednesday? So last live stream? You hope you're not the reason. That would be wild. I had to stop because of Luca. Luca made it so I couldn't do this anymore. Do you mind telling me who it was? Are they famous? It can be. That I mean that's what I started doing. So literally in December, I was multi-streaming all at the same time: Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I would do some on TikTok, but it wasn't a great feeling. I don't know. I think it would be better if you only did one sort of content. So I use YouTube and TikTok to just do finance. I use Twitch for gaming. It's not very famous. I think max live viewers on YouTube. Okay, I mean that's not terrible. She had to switch to YouTube for a reason. Did she do anything other than hang out? Possibly, Luca. I just think it's tough to do. Hey, what's up, Jim? Welcome. She did League of Legends. Let's play. She had sponsorship program, probably interesting. Yeah, the original goal, Luca, like a year and a half ago, was to do gaming and finance. But it actually becomes really tough because you'll be locked into a game and people will ask questions and you don't answer and then they're gone. Yeah, Jim. Tell me more, Jim. It's just money. It is just money. But tell me more. Oh man, you have a brand new account, Jim. Makes sense, but depends on what game you played. Some are much more laid back games. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I definitely wouldn't say I know best. I'm still trying to figure this thing out, you know? I'm still trying to figure everything out myself. Yeah, I think so long as you try out various things, maybe look up tips or courses on or online too. I've looked at videos and stuff, man. It's a tough world. Some of it is random. Like I don't know if I told this story already on stream, and I apologize if I did, but back in I think it was September, could have been August. We had a clip go viral. It's relatively speaking, but across Instagram and TikTok, it was like 4.5 million views. It was insane. After that video popped, we started getting significantly more views per clip. It was wild. So it's like one random thing goes crazy. But then we ended up having to remove the clip. I guess we didn't have to, but we decided to remove the clip because the girl who was in it said she lied and it was causing problems within her family. So we removed the clip for that. So we felt we had to, from like a human standpoint, remove it if it was causing problems. So the clip was about. She originally started by the clip saying, "Can I tell you about how my mom opened a credit card in my name?" Uh, and I forgot exactly what else, but 20 grand. And I was like, interesting. I had something similar like that happen to me. My mom added me to her credit card. She didn't pay it, and it hurt me negatively. And she's like, mine too. She's like, wait, your parents did that too? And I was like, yeah. So anyway, it was like sort of funny. I don't know, but it went crazy and didn't matter. Yep. And what really stinks, so we were like slowly building at this point. Like literally week by week, you could see it. Average views per clip. We started off at like 100, 200. And then when we got to that clip, we were at around, I don't know, 800 views per. Yeah. Well, she lied. That was the problem, Estia. She lied. And that's why we had to remove it. Um, yeah, agreed. But after we removed it, right, we're at about 800 average views per clip at that point. After we removed it, uh, all the sites that we removed it from, Instagram and TikTok, we went from an average of 800 views from before we posted it. After we posted it was like a solid month. We were averaging like 2,000 plus per. It was kind of wild. And then we went back down to like 300. And we've been working our way back up since for the last 5 months. Not fun. Not fun. We felt like we finally hit the lottery with a clip. And then no good. But yeah, so in America, you can add your kids to your credit card and it can help their credit if you do it right. But the problem is if they're on it and you quit paying it and all that sort of stuff. You think that the reason that the video got so popular is because it had drama? Okay, so I think there was a lot to it. So this is a whole conversation. We deleted it. You can't even find this video anymore. I still have it, but you can't find it anymore on the internet. Um, we have talked about making a video of the deleted video, but it just so when we're talking, this girl, I'm talking to two girls. This girl turns around, and I'm talking to the friend, and then it's almost like cinematic. She goes, "Can I tell you about the time?" She's talking at me, but she like turns around. She's like, "Can I tell you about the time my mom opened a credit card in my name and didn't pay it? 20 grand or whatever." So there was, and then my response being able to relate to it and then being able to help with it. It was, oh man. Yeah, I mean, it is possible, Estia. Yeah, that is scary. A very common one is they open up utilities in their children's name. I found that out. I actually found that out after I posted the clip I'm talking about now. Yeah, that could work, Luca. It's just the way people work. This she's blonde. I doubt that hurt, but the way she like turns into the video, there's just something eye grabbing immediately. So yeah, it was rough. Hey, give me one sec here. I keep hearing something outside. Give me one sec. All right. Yep. We had a moral dilemma. I'll never forget because I came home after shooting another video, and I was amped up. Right, the channel's popping. I shoot another video thinking like, oh man, things are gonna go well, and that message was waiting for me. It was like 2 in the morning. I looked at it, and she asked me to delete it. And I was like, ugh. How many videos did you record? How often do you do this? So we recorded our first video was on Mill Avenue. Then we shot, I think, I'm gonna say 5 nights in Old Town, Scottsdale. One night at something called First Friday in Arizona. We shot 3 days in TwitchCon. And then another one, 2 days at Fairy Tale Finds Market #1, and then 2 days at Fairy Tale Finds Market #2. So we unlisted a lot of the videos. Why are Pokemon cards the best performing asset class over the last 5 years? Is that true? The main reason for that would be demand. Supply and demand. There's more demand than there is supply. Is that actually true? Pokemon cards best performing investment. Let's see here. '30th anniversary hype. I have thought about doing reaction videos, but I don't know what because I don't want to do it to other finance content creators. I don't want to become the guy who, just piggybacks off of other people. It's really tough, man. We don't make this easy on ourselves, Luca. We're trying to make our own lane here, right? Nobody else is walking the streets having conversations with people about what questions they have. So that's really where we were trying to go. I really want to do something original. And also Pokemon card animations. That's a little bit of a misnomer because there's a bunch of Pokemon cards that have done 0. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find proof of this Pokemon cards. Let's say are Pokemon cards best performing asset. Returns in specific segments, outperforming traditional assets like gold and S&P 500 and percentage growth over certain periods. Wow. For example, a first edition base set Charizard card saw a 17 million % increase in value, while the overall Pokemon card market grew over 3,800% over 20 years. Yeah, however, this success is concentrated in ultra rare high grade cards. Wow. Average Pokemon cards do not deliver similar returns. It's wild. Do you do only financial advice or for channel or overall advice, by the way? So I'm a CFP professional. I'm a financial advice expert. So that's what I like doing. That's where I feel I can actually, I don't know, have a credential, right? That says like, hey, you should talk to me because of this. But I'm happy to talk about life stuff as well. Thinking about Pokemon cards is a bit like NFT. No, it could be riskier than silver gold. Yeah, I mean, cards could lose value at any time. What do you think about Andrew Tate? Do you think he gives good advice to the youth? I honestly know very little about Andrew Tate and the advice he gives, Peter Parker. I couldn't tell you one piece of advice he gives. But just like everybody, there's probably bad mixed in with some good. But he has a lot of people who do not like him. So it makes me think it's bad. What do you think about Andrew Tate, Peter Parker? I'm mixed with Tate. He's got a lot of good advice, but also says crazy things he don't even believe. And he's just out there for attention. I can see that. Also, he is not best at treating women, like lying to get with them, only then reveals he's with multiple women simultaneously. Interesting. Hey, happy birthday, Abby. Wait, Abby, was this your account or was it your mom's account? Because you might not even be Abby. Oh, yeah, it is Friday the 13th, huh? Bum, bum, bum. My goal is one day to be successful at business. You could do a lot of good with money. It's very true, Luca. That's the same. Hey, thanks, Peter. I agree. May Christ bless you with success, Luca. So we're I think I already talked about this too, maybe on Wednesday, but we're going to be switching to a non-profit. We're a for-profit business that works like a non-profit. I watched a video of a homeless schizophrenic girl that's 19 called Sabriamu. What did that video tell you, Luca? I mean, you can make guesses, but it's impossible to know, right? Like, he could be documenting so that he could have blackmail on everybody. Some people just document everything they do in life. Who knows? Just raising awareness about it, and she's not doing best at the moment either, I don't think. It's just something you can do when you have money. Imagine having your own homeless shelter. Yeah, you know what's funny is my wife and I talked about this. If we had stupid money where, we could just keep throwing money at something, I would create a homeless shelter that was in like the middle of nowhere. Not really, but like 40 to 45 minutes away from the regular city that has everything you need, but it would be hard controlled for substances. But you would learn skills. I mean, there would be time for artsy stuff, but I mean, you'd learn how to woodwork, be a mechanic, things like that. Learn to work with your hands, and then go back out into the world when you were ready. There would be a certain amount of time. Yeah, it's really crazy. Since she's also a woman, it's even worse, more dangerous. Yeah. Yep. I would love to create a place like that. And it wouldn't just be for homeless for me, it'd be for people who have substance abuse issues. What advice would you give your 18-year-old self? Man, stop slacking off. that's really it. Yeah, I feel like the whole I don't know how to word it. Homeless and rehabilitation centers are just not run effectively. I don't know. Give people skills, give people something to do. Don't let them just sit around thinking about it. Man, I should be ready for a question like this. At 18, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self? Take school more serious. Um, Probably stay away from girls. Squat. I would tell myself to squat. Doesn't just genuinely care. Yeah, I think another big issue is the money involved. If they fix the problem, then they don't get the money. You know what I mean? Like, I believe, I'm not picking on California. I don't mean to, because I'm sure you can say this everywhere, right? But as they increase their budget on the homeless, their homeless population goes up. I care truly it would be done well. Look at El Salvador, what a difference it made. Yeah. It could be shut down. Well, I think that was, whether you love him or hate him, when Trump went into those cities and shut down crime, I think it was sort of to show the community, like, this can happen anytime. Your government could shut down your crime anytime. They're just choosing not to. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's how it's been throughout history. We think it's been a new phenomena, but that's unfortunately been the history of everything. I don't know, man. The history of politics of any nation is pretty rough. You could see violent overthrows of government all throughout history. It's kind of wild. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm cynical, but it's crazy. Sigmund? Sigmund, you're a wild person. You are a wild person. I like how in World War II, when Red Baron pilot in Germany died, all pilots from all nations came to pay respects at his funeral. Then went back to fighting each other again. Well, yeah, that's like in World War? No, the Civil War. They stopped fighting on Christmas and played soccer. Yeah, the world was definitely different then. War was way more personal back then. War is not nearly as personal now. As of now, the world is heading to something very wild. People are reaching a level of awareness that the monarchs feared during the French Revolution, especially the moment we're out. Yeah. I'm actually surprised they ever let the internet happen, to be honest with you. World War One had a bunch in there. Wasn't Britain a part of it as well? Oh, interesting. Let's see here. The Allies, United Kingdom, France, Russia until 1917, Italy, Japan, United States, Central Powers, Germany, Austria Hungary, Ottoman Empire, Turkey, and Bulgaria. My financial concern is the Dutch government introducing taxes on unrealized profits. Yeah, that feels not okay. That feels not okay. Well, I mean, it happens all the time in America. We pay taxes on our assessed property values, which is garbage. Live stream lagged for me at the moment. Back now. I don't know if I missed something. I don't think so. I was just going over the countries in World War One. But yeah, we got the same issue here, Snow Squirrel. Germany, if you want to inherit a property like a house, you have to pay huge tax depending on how much the property costs. Is wild. Yep. The government acts like you owe them everything all the time. It's kind of wild. The government is always hungry for your stuff. Give me one sec. Wait, retirement saving is tax free? Interesting tax code. Do you have the ISAs or the account types that make it tax free? This could be a new source of content, sourcing people's conspiracy theories or future fears and using your financial knowledge and what you would do to protect or take advantage of the situation. Ooh, I like that. That's actually really good. Financial conspiracy. The government is coming for all of your stuff. How can you protect it? Unfortunately, the government is ahead of you and creates all the rules, so it becomes very difficult to protect it. But I absolutely love that idea. There are retirement accounts with some brokers here. Very interesting. Very interesting. Also, if I ever get a lot of money, I'm making my own animated series about people in World of Dinosaurs, theme and style inspired by Avatar or The Last Airbender. Okay. But then you can't touch it until retirement age, and they want to raise it, and it's already 67 now. They're making it harder to become independent every year. Ooh. See, that'd be another one, Snow, for what Joseph said there. They don't want you to retire. They don't want you to be free. I don't think that's what it is, Luca. There's a bunch of goofy ideas out there that people got rich off of. Right? Like, I don't know if you guys know who Shane Gillis is, but he has a stand up about it. Do you like Poland? Personally, I like that they're traditional, but it's different country. Hey, what's up, Shin? To actually go live, and also it's right next to Russia. A bit scary. Yeah. Can't climb or cut trees when I'm in a wheelchair, though. Yeah, it's very true. The one of the biggest things that have hurt Western society is that we split up, right? Like my mom told me I needed to consider where I was going to live after graduation when I was in high school. Instead, and she never had much. Imagine if you raise your kids to build wealth together as a family. It would be cool to live in an isolated community, buying land, living with friends or people you have shared values with. I think I said that before. The village, yes, it would be. That would be amazing. You could buy like you wouldn't even need that much acreage as long as you had a decent producing well. You could build a crazy amount of houses on a few acres and then just live together. But I love that idea. If you had enough friends or family that you loved and cared about each other and could just agree, because my brother actually tried to do this idea when he was a young man. I think like 20 or 21 years old. Tried to buy some land with people, but it just didn't work out. Nobody wanted to share the deeds and make everyone owners. It was rough. Kratos is back. Kratos, give me advice for I struggle. Ooh. Um, what's up, Jeremiah? I don't know how to word this, man. Keep yourself busy. Like, this might be too deep, but they say that has to do with childhood trauma and some sort of gap you're trying to fill through that. Get more active. Because it's really just a discipline thing. Giant moving turtle that people can live on. You just keep moving and no one will be able to tell you to get off their land and report you. Does anyone here care about Valorant? Hey, at the top, Luca, if you do live chat instead of top chat, you'll see everything that comes through. But they were talking about an addiction they have to adult materials. We got away from it like 3 days. I'm happy, but I want to continue better. Stay active, brother. Stay active. All right, Lekraj, I could try and help you. Yeah, live chat is a much more immersive experience than Top Chat, at least from what I've seen. Stay active, Jeremiah. All right, Lacrage, let me know what questions you have. We'll see if I can help you. Nowadays, you will come across that type of content when you're not even an adult. Yep. We pretty much refuse to give our children unfiltered access to the internet or even access to the internet. Yeah, it's true. I just finished cybersecurity and nursing. Now I'm pursuing an MBA. So what do I do next? I'm so confused. Well, what do you want to do? Cybersecurity and nursing are very different things, right? Nursing is mentally taxing as well as physically taxing. Cybersecurity is probably mentally taxing. I don't know how AI will affect that. And an MBA is for business stuff. So, how did you decide on those degrees and what do you want to do? Yep, I completely agree, Luca. I honestly think social media is one of the worst things that has happened to everyone. Social media, an absolute humanity killer. I've thought about doing financial advice ASMR. I'll be honest, is that just like sort of whispering ASMR or what exactly does that entail? I have not tried doing that. Of course, there was interest in business, but I left my MBBS and post graduation in virology midway when I realized it was too time consuming, or I felt I wanted to innovate and build business. I realized I had talent in the medical field. Interesting. I think, costs are an important factor, but you really want to line up your earning with what you're skilled and, if you can, passionate about. Technical or machines. And then you also got to think about what's going to burn you out. There are some people, they could just live day to day. Hey, what's up, Bonnie? There's people who could just live day to day doing whatever as long as they're making money. But not everybody could do that, right? You got to figure out what you're capable of doing on a day to day basis and earn money. I was fortunate. I worked at Vanguard, which lined up with what I wanted to do in life. And then it got to the point that I wanted to do more and work directly with people, especially people in different financial situations. It's okay to not have everything figured out yet. Yep, that's a really good point. What you think you want to be doing as a young man or as a young person will change in 5, 10 years. Partly. Yes, no. I worked for them for 13 years. That's where I became a CFP professional. I really enjoyed working for them, but I just wanted to do my own thing and help people more directly, a little earlier in their financial journeys. I wish there was a way to measure how many people I've helped. Like people coming back being like, "Hey, because you said this, I did this." Like, nice. I have a budget now because of you. Be like, nice. I have an emergency fund now because of you. Nice. I set goals with time horizons and risk tolerances. Nice. I began investing and saving towards those goals. Nice. I've navigated multiple life changes. Nice. Hey, thanks, Lekra. I appreciate it. If you really want to help out the mission, if you could watch a video from beginning to end and like it, you go even further and share it if you wanted to. Everyone has doubts. Everybody. Where can I get free money? There is no such thing as free money, my man. Even welfare isn't free. $401k match. Let's see here. 401k match, but see, even that's not free. You had to give your time for it. Like it's free, but they're just that's a part of your compensation package. You had to work for it. Dividend ETFs or stocks. Interesting. You still had to give your faith and trust. You had to buy them. Right? Like they're not paying you unless you already paid them. Right? Brother, to be honest, I started from scratch and even made 500,000, all thanks to my cybersecurity skills, which require me to work 14-hour days. Oof. I started my real journey at 22 because my parents stopped me. Yeah, it's tough, man. There's always going to be roadblocks to finding success, to finding what you really want to do and finding the type of success you want. There's always going to be some sort of roadblock. Or multiple roadblocks. Yeah, do you still have that $500,000? What have you done with that $500,000? Has it worked for you? Yo, what's up, Doc? Doc, so happy. It's coming one day. It's coming. I know it is. But yeah, there's nothing free. Yes. I'd be happy to give you 2 shekels worth of advice. What's the question? Otherwise, I'm worried. Hey, Gear Grind, thank you so much for the sub. Otherwise, I think you've probably heard a lot of my first advice I would give people, young people. But just in case anybody who's new here and hasn't heard it, 2 ways to think about your life. I'm going to give you 3 though. I'm studying with MBA with this money. I like it. Spend less than you make. Live like you're broke until you're rich. And then you should live with this philosophy. You or I don't need it. You don't need it. You want to get that new phone? You don't need it. You want to get that new car? You don't need it. Like, I live it. This is an iPhone SE from 2020. Hey, Broken Heart, what's up? Broken Heart. Is that somebody in chat or is that me? But what's up? I'm not that innocent. I'm not that innocent. I need a Ferrari. You do not need a Ferrari. Later, Lacrage. Thanks for coming in. Dude, it's crazy how often I get asked if I'm Jewish. Not that it matters, but no. Is anybody else watching how Valorant is going down? I think he is an avatar. Thing is that it's easier to not spend that $100 than it is to make $100. But after you start making good money, it doesn't matter so much. Agreed, Luca. There comes a point where you can start to be a little looser with your finances, but it takes a while to get there. Bro, God bless you. Why? Just because I'm not Jewish? I'm thinking of paying off my car loan early. It will run me around $6,400, or should I keep paying it off and keep the bulk cash on me? Well, how much of your total cash will that be, Doc? How much of an emergency fund or whatever you want to call it do you have? How much cash do you actually have? Are you stronger than yesterday? I am stronger than yesterday. Yes, I am, actually. And since you just said that, everybody, if you're physically capable and it won't hurt you and you feel like it, let's do some push-ups. I'm doing 8 slow push-ups. That's it. Who's ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's see how red I am. Whoo! Yo, what's up, Cool Joe? Welcome. Should I go to a coding boot camp or get a degree? Bad vibes. What do you want to do in life? What's going to give you a better return on investment? What is going to make your life more enjoyable? Yeah, that's true. I'm not that innocent. For my personal savings, I don't have anything. Put all my personal funds toward my business. I just pay myself my monthly expenses at the end of the month. Ooh. Bro, I developed a model that predicts LME prices. Would you like to purchase it? I do not. 30 push-ups, making me look bad, brother. Yes. Return on investment? That's really tough. Going to college is costly, yes. How much time you spend on reading? A lot. I read more articles, and I do value time. Should I sue the Dutch government? These questions just got wild. Keep it coming. I'm going to do 2 pull-ups. All right, we're back. Yeah. Okay, Luca, real quick, you should try slow push-ups. I was banging out a bunch of like 25, 30 push-up sets. It's, all right, let's say 15. But slow push-ups are crazy. All right, Doc, we got to talk about this, because if you got to have some sort of emergency fund before you spend all your cash. What's your interest rate on that car, by the way? Let's see here. What do you think about India-U.S. new trade deal? I haven't seen the details yet. Kanishk? got one too. Dutch in India also a few weeks ago. What are your views? Let's see here. Niraj, as a guy who's going to be 20 and start earning normal wages in the beginning, what's the best use of that money before we get the real job money? Hey, thanks, Alex. It's actually an emergency fund, Niraj. I know that sounds boring, but you should do a budget where you write down everything, every penny coming in, every penny going out. And then you should build up an emergency fund. 11 payments left. So what would you do with that free cash flow, Doc? Hey, Unc, I'm going to turn 18 next year. Got any advice? Elite. Same thing. Do a budget right now. Start saving up some cash so you have an emergency fund. Please give motivation. Mayan, your whole life could change based on that test. That's your motivation. Do you want to open up as many opportunities as possible? Or do you want to be stuck, only being able to do certain things? Shulk, welcome. Be billionaire, welcome. Today's my birthday. My name, no. Happy birthday, Mo. That's all I'm going to say. Your voice has so much strength behind it. I love it. Thank you, Niraj. Thank you. They said I could have played Darth Vader. No, I am your father. Do you think 3 months of your income or monthly expenses is enough in an emergency fund if investing the rest? Snow Squirrel, you live in a different country. You have different social safety nets. My general recommendation is 12 months of basic living expenses. But you have a completely different situation there than we do in America. Hi, I invested in my dad's ice cream van business, and he used all the money to buy these $20 cones per unit. We can't sell any ice cream for $25, and now we're stuck with these ice cream cones. I'm so sorry to hear that. What do we do to save the business? Well, have you ever heard of the sunk cost fallacy, NKL? Because what a lot of people have problems with, they spend, let's say, $20 on cones, and now they think they have to sell it for $20. In reality, it's a sunk cost. That money is already gone. If you have to drop the price to $5 to start selling and building customers, and then begin increasing your prices over time because you've built loyal customers who like what you're doing, that might be worth it. Why should I take big risks in my life if being average gives you a guarantee that you won't starve in the future? I personally don't take big risks either. Now, I'm 100% stock. So, but I don't invest in individual securities, right? Your investments should match your risk tolerance and your time horizon. The white legs didn't just force my people out of New Canaan. What are we talking about, Tobira? Cut your losses. Start selling them for much less. All right, Tobira. Sell it for $10 and buy a better price next time. There we go, Doc. Very similar. But then we're going to lose money. You've already lost money, NKL. You've already lost money. You can't look at it that way. You've already made the investment. How do you get some of that investment back? If you can't get it all back and make a profit, how do you get some of it back? And that's selling at a loss. Because if you paid $2,000 for something, if you don't sell anything, you have zero. But if you paid $2,000 for something, you sell it for $1,000, at least you got some of that money back. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's from the Fallout game. Also, always buy stock from suppliers that offer buying their products back if they don't sell. Oil brands do this. I don't know about ice cream. Ooh, look at that. Doc coming in with a little business. A little business help. That's why we have the best community here. That's why we have the best community around. Personally, taking business risks makes sense because I don't want to just take care of myself, a wider circle of people, I suppose. It's about impact on the world, not just about having a comfortable life. Agreed. Snow Squirrel, I am if you want to word it that way, I'm more of an ETFs person. I only own one stock, and I bought it because of the stream. I don't know how to describe it, but it was to track it. It went down. It went down a lot. If you want to know what it was WTO. I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist anymore or is on its way to not existing. Easiest way, I'm not sure. All right, Mustafa, we don't necessarily have to go around insulting people or anything like that. I'm not trying to have a political or religious discourse in here. But what made you come in here typing that message? I once bought 2 different stocks for practice and made profit with them, but the bank took a lot of it. I don't know why I lost in the end. That was confusing a while back. Yeah, that's very interesting. I mean, fees? Did you lose money to fees? It was German bank, and I guess fees, but why would they be so high? Turning 800 and 900 in a couple months is good. No, I mean, what's that? 100 was that 12.5%? If you're in Germany, still maybe check out DeGiro, great broker for ETFs. All right. Is Vanguard there? AA Nightlights. I appreciate it. Anybody who likes the stream helps get it in front of the people who need it most. Wait, at the moment, yeah, Vanguard ETFs, but not Vanguard like to invest. The money to invest, unfortunately, biggest concern is just monthly income needs to be bigger. I feel that, Luca. No, not really. I think just ETFs like Vanguard, FTSE All World, or high dividend yield. All right. Yeah, see, Snow, it's even hard to kind of talk about how to invest there because I don't know how your stuff is taxed. Like, for America, it makes sense to have different retirement accounts, right? Roth, traditional, taxable brokerage, all with a goal for retirement. You know what? You know what I mean? ETFs are exchange traded funds. You could essentially consider them mutual funds that you can actively trade. That's a good short way to think about it. What are trade funds then? The S&P 500 is the basket of goods. So you could find a mutual fund that is the S&P 500 index. You could find an ETF that is the S&P 500 index. So it's really just the way they're traded. Mutual funds trade at their net asset value at the end of the day. Most mutual funds trade at net asset value at the end of the day. You cannot buy them in the middle of the day. Whereas an ETF, you can go and buy it right now, or assuming the market is open, whenever the market is open. Fortunately, you don't learn some of the basic skills like budgeting and basic investing in school. It's very true. It's very true. Although I took a one semester class in high school, but banks profit for people who be financially illiterate. Yep, that's true. I took a one semester class in high school that showed me if you invested 28,000 by the time you were like 27, and then never touched it again, you could have $500,000. And I was like, huh? What do you mean? So that introduced me to compounding, and it changed my life. Well, I sure got more than 2 shekels worth of advice today, although I didn't get advice on my original question. Wait, now you're making me. Wait, what was the original question? Oh, it was about the should you pay off your loan? Um, so the thing that makes me anxious about paying off the loan is that cash has to come from somewhere, Doc. And you said you don't have an emergency fund or a nest egg right now. So where would that money be coming from? Because if you have to sell assets to do it, then it's generally not worth it. But it all depends on where that cash is coming from. Not all depends, but that's a big factor is where is that cash coming from? I'm not selling assets, but I would take it from my business savings. Ooh. So now we're crossing lines. right? You're now taking from one entity to pay for another entity. That's a little it's a little scary. So when you say, well, how much cash does your business have, and what would be your repayment plan? I like to think that getting rich is basically make more money than you make and invest the difference into assets and limiting liabilities. Yes, that is essentially it. Yeah. I'm making French toast for the fam right now. Let's go, Nightlights. Do you have a special recipe? Don't know what kind of work you do now, but maybe get into a trade you might like. Help me a lot. I like that. And 43K in the shop's account. Wouldn't have a repayment plan, or I didn't think of one since I own it. You got to think of yourself to repay the business. You know what I mean? We'll go now. Nice talking to you. Hey, thanks, Luca. Have a good one, man. I add brown sugar and cane sugar. I like that. I also use banana bread. Interesting. Yes, I agree. Jesus is king, Patna. Can I ask you a question, though, Patna? What makes you jump into people's live streams and talk about this? Or just drop that message like that? I don't pay myself anything over my expenses, though, so where would I be paying them from? It's a good question. Is investing worth it? I mean, Tony, this is a subjective question. I believe so, but it has to make sense based on your time horizon, risk tolerance, and really your goals, Tony. There's no direct answer to this, but I believe so. It just depends. Because I want everybody to know the real God and repent and see them in heaven. All right. Now, I like what you're trying to do, right? I would like to bring as many people to Jesus as possible as well. But do you think random messages like Jesus is king is going to do it? And it's okay if you do, you know what I mean? See, Bitcoin is different. Or it's not different, but it's its own type of investment. Does Bitcoin match your time horizon and risk tolerance? I have a bit of money to play with. I want a safe investment. Well, I wouldn't call Bitcoin safe, right? Bitcoin is one, not diversified, but two, it's a very volatile investment, right? If you're looking for safe investments, you're talking about like money markets, high yield savings accounts, things like that. Bad vibes, big stock market crash ahead. It will be a bloodbath. More than April of last year? Bad vibes or what? What are you predicting and when? Tell me what the prediction is and when you predict it will happen. You might be right. I just want to be able to document it. You know what I mean? I want to know. Because then I could say, if it happens, yeah, bad vibes. You just have to understand investing, the more return you want, the more risk you have to take. So if you're taking low risk, you're going to get low returns. You just have to know that. Ooh, Snow Squirrel, you hope that there's a big downturn? Okay, hold on. This is weird to say. Like, as an individual human being, a downturn is wonderful for me, but I don't like it for regular people. I will do what I can for his kingdom so later he doesn't ask me why he didn't tell after knowing the truth. It's end time and God's second coming is very near and I love you all. That's why. Hey, Pon, I respect you. I don't want you to think I'm trying to fight you or anything. I'm actually just more questioning the strategy itself. I love Jesus and I hope people know Jesus. I don't want to say it. Or I don't want to I'm not trying to push you away. Keep helping people find it. You know what I mean? Keep helping people find him. Bitcoin is capping at 180, 200K-ish for the next 5 years since seasonal induced halving price hikes take 5 years according to historical data. Interesting. All right. How much Bitcoin do you own, Doc? I need advice. So there's this girl. That's a weird way to question it, but or that's a weird way to word the question. But honestly, I don't think you should talk with any girl with intentions. You should try and be friends with everybody. And bro had breakfast. I did. I had a steak. But you should be friends with everybody with no intentions. And when it clicks, you'll both know. That is my suggestion. I'm starving, man. Eat. Eggs are like 60 cents a pop right now. Maybe less, depending on where you go. I grabbed a 60 pack of eggs for $10. And God wants you to also spread the gospel and good news through streams and whatever you can. Yeah, for sure. So I do it through Works, Patna. If anybody asks me why I do this, it's about God. But how do I word this? If you just profess every second of every day, you're going to push some people away. I would like to welcome everyone in. And if they wonder why I do what I do, I believe it's a mission from God to help people. Use my God-given gifts to help other people. So I could buy more ETF shares for cheaper price and get average price down. Don't have that much to invest as some shares are getting expensive. I feel that, Snow Squirrel. When the markets drop, I'm looking for quarters in the couch to invest. You know what I mean? Give me 1 second. I'm going to put this cup back. And I'm back. Let's see the work that I am doing for his kingdom, so people think, why is he doing so much? What is the reason? All right. Hey, you got me to ask about it, right? We had a deeper conversation than me just agreeing with you, so I can respect that. It seems to have worked in this stream. We preach the gospel together. The payment for sin is death. Jesus paid that price for us all, so we can all be with him in heaven. Guys, I do think I have to end the stream now. We have gone over 2 hours. It has been a wonderful stream. Hey, Snow Squirrel, are you new today? I have a question, if you don't mind. Did you find me through just your shorts feed, or did you search for finance? So the algorithm, huh? Shorts feed, a lot of it is finance though. Does it help that did you get to see one of my clips and then you saw that I was live, or did it just show you that a finance guy was live? Because I don't know if you know my background here in America, but I'm a CFP professional, which I believe is the highest designation in the finance field. Interesting. All right. Man, I want to build this so bad. I want to help people. Hey, partner, I read my Bible every day with my family. I have 4 kids. My wife, we read the Bible every day. We pray. Uh, it is, uh, it's hard for the world not to distract you. So, unfortunately, we schedule time to make sure it's Lord focused. But, you know, it's an important part of life. But hey, I appreciate you coming through, partner. But yeah, so Patna, if you know people who need help with their finances, man, I'm literally trying to help the world. The algorithm for sure, which you mostly finance, or about trees, so that shows. I like it. But yeah, I'm a real financial advisor. I'm just trying to help people get better with their money. You know what I mean? Absolutely, Snow Squirrel. I hope to see you. If you want, I do long form videos. It would mean a lot if you watched one from beginning to end and gave it a like, shared it with anybody who might need it. But I appreciate everybody. I'm out of here for today. I'll be over on TikTok here in a few minutes. So if you want to continue the conversation, I will be on TikTok at Real Free Advice Guy. But I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody.